Hello, welcome back to my channel. To those who are visiting my channel again, you know me as the home teacher, and to those who are just seeing this video for the first time, I am known as the home teacher, as you can see. Now, my this video today is addressed to students who are about to write their senior exams or students who are in secondary school. If you're having difficulty studying, just know that you are at the right place. You are watching the right video. And today I am going to give you the 4 tips that helped me when I was about to write my final senior exams, and this helped me in my course of study, and this helped me when I was struggling academically at some point. And those 4 tips, I did mean that I knew about those 4 tips earlier. My results, I can say, would have been better than what I have now. But even at that, even though I later got the 4 tips, I was still able to turn the boat around and have a very good score. So if you are about to write exams, don't be afraid. Just know that you can still turn the boat around. There is still much time for you to study and to get very good grades in your final exams. The final exams you're talking about, like JAM, WAEC, NECO, whatever, it's not hard as what it seems to be. If you follow these 4 tips I am about to give today, I can assure you that you're going to pass with flying colors. What are these 4 tips that I'm talking today? Number one, avoid procrastination. Students today are fond of postponing the time of their study to a later time and say, okay, I want to study 7 p.m. When it gets to 7 p.m., say, I'll study maybe 8 p.m. Let 8 p.m. come. They'll shift it to 9 p.m. If this habit is continuous, it can damage the study habits of a student and thereby dwindle the incentive to study, because once are about to study, you have the habit of postponing to another time. And why am I saying this? Because if you fix your mind to sit at 7 p.m., your mind is fixed to it. And anytime afterwards, you are not guaranteed that you will study. So if you have any work to do before study, do it quick so as to stick to your schedule. Because once you have a certain schedule and you don't stick to it, it will be very hard for you to be able to adapt to another schedule, and you will not have the incentive to read. Procrastination, I can say, but one, it is known fact that one says money is the root to all evil. Procrastination is the root to failure in academics. If you put that in your mind, if you should procrastinate, that is the root to your failure in academics. So don't procrastinate. Face the work now and continue to do it. Knowing that first tip, I'll give you 30 seconds for that to sink to your mind. And I want to say it again: procrastination is the root to failure in academics. If you avoid any form of procrastination, I'm telling you, you're on the path to success in academics. So, what is the second tip that I want to offer for today? Yes, number two, reduce the use of social media. My friends, one thing that helped me preparing for my final exams, for my senior exams, was going offline for months and focusing on my studies. This may sound weird, but the moment I went offline, I saw the effects immediately. I saw that social media is, and if not handled with properly, can be a distraction and can be dangerous. One of the things I did, this may sound weird, one of the things I did was to hand over my phone to my mom so that I'll be able to focus more on my studies. It depends on each and every one of us. But me, I personally made the choice to hand over my phone to my parents so that I'll be free from any form of distraction, free from any form of whatsoever, and I can focus on my studies 100%. I can assure you, if you reduce the amount of social media to little or none, you will see that your productivity will be times two of what it used to be before. We've said it before, you should avoid procrastination and now reduce the use of social media. Today now, students cannot do without the use of social media. It is a survey now that is going on that every 19 or 20 teenagers are always on their phone and always on social media. Doing what? Just watching videos and wasting their time. It took me a amount of time for me to realize this, but I am giving you this advice now so that it will not be too late for you, just as it was a little bit late for me. And you'll be able to turn around the boat now. So, what have we discussed so far? Number one, avoid procrastination. Number two, reduce the use of social media to little or none. So, you've seen it that the use of social media to a very large extent can be dangerous and is a distraction. So, what is the third point of today that will help us, will help you, will help each and every one of us to be able to study better? This is the third point. Yes, study all materials. Another thing I did was that I did not allow any material to pass me by. What do I mean by this? If I see a textbook that one of my friends or classmates have that I have not seen before, and this textbook has another additional knowledge on a subject or a topic, I will try all my best to borrow that textbook whatsoever, to look for that textbook, and I will read it to the amount to which I can. I will always read any study material that is helpful, both the one that the teacher recommended, both the ones I see online, both the ones that are recommended to me by my parents or whatsoever. I do not allow it to pass by. Why am I saying this? There's a saying that goes, no amount of knowledge is wasteful. Trust me, if you use all study materials, there is no how you want to write your exam. There is no way you will not know what to write. Because if you should have study materials, there is no need for you to cheat or whatsoever. You read all that can be read. You've known all that can be known, and you are prepared for the exam. So what is the need for cheating? To see the third point, study all materials. So if we study all materials, there's no need for us to cheat. We'll be well prepared for any exams that we want to write, and we'll be able to know what to write. So what is the last tip that can help us in our studying? This is what we're going to see now. But before we do that, what are the three tips that we've seen so far? Number one, avoid procrastination at all costs. Number two, reduce the use of social media to minimal or no use. And number three, study all materials. If you should do this three with this additional point I want to give, I can assure you that you will pass your final exam with flying colors. This is an assurance. The fourth, but definitely not the least, make the best use of your time. See, one of the things I did when I was in high school, secondary school, whatever anyone calls it, was that I made the best use of my time. What am I saying? For example, during recess, instead of going out to play or going out to relax or whatever during recess, I will sit in the classroom, me and some of my classmates, and we'll go over notes and topic we just learned before recess. And also, when I got home, the first thing I'll do after getting dressed and whatsoever when I get home is that I do the same thing that I did in recess for 30 minutes straight before going on to do any chores. I study what I was taught in the day. And this helped me more because it made me have higher possibility of passing or remembering what I was taught. And once I remember what I was taught, it is stamped in my brain forever. It cannot be removed. And I will always have an idea on the topic that was taught that day. So that when I get to our exam hall, I'm always prepared at any point of time because I've read during my study hour, I read during my recess, I made the best use of my time. So instead of procrastinating, instead of being on social media and wasting time, study all your materials and make the best use of your time. If we should do all these four things, I assure you, success is knocking at your door. So friends, we've come to the end of the video. From this video, what have we learned so far? Number one, we should avoid procrastination at all costs. Number two, we try hard to reduce the amount of social media, either to minimal or none. It depends on each and every one of us. Number three, study all materials. Do not allow any material to pass by you at any time or any day. And the fourth, the last but not the least, is that make best use of your time. Anytime that you have, always study. Anytime that you have, always study. And if you feel that you need to make a break, take a break. You can take at least 30 minutes break for your brain to cool down. And after that, start studying again. Do not allow any time to pass by you, because if any material or time to pass by you, it is gone. It is gone. You cannot turn back the hands of clock. Any day spent is a day spent. You cannot go back. So make the best use of your time at any point. Once I see you until the next video, I remain the home run teacher. Good day. Thank you.